Hello, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. How are you today? I hope that you are having a fabulous day. Yesterday, I kind of had a little one of those migraines, but today I have to tell you I feel much, much better, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that today, but we're doing a technique today. So the cards that we are doing are all part of this technique. Now, the technique is called Faux fractured cards. And in this is just one of the cards that we are creating. And as you can see, we have pieces on the outside. You can either make the center a square or a triangle, whichever way you want the fractures to go off in your card. Outside of that, when you do this, you're going to have the base card, which is mine is Peaceful Pine, and then I ran the pieces so it looks like it is the card is put down with pieces instead of just with one sheet. So I'm really excited to share this. Thank you for everybody who is on today. Some of you who stay very quiet. I'm very, very thankful for you. So again, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Make sure that you have the notification on and YouTube that you can know when I come on. But let's get ourselves started. So I'm going to put that at the side. Now, we are bringing in this fabulous, this is not it. This is it, the Moonlit Designer Series paper. I know that I have done stuff with this the last couple of weeks, but it has a whole bunch of the Flora and Fern on the outside, and then it just has fabulous designs on the back. And they're just kind of, what do I want to say, random, but they all match. They're within our color that is on the back. So there's usually 2 sheets of every. There's about 6 different 12 by 12 sheets. Then you also have Basic Black, Berry Burst, Golden Glow, and Golden Glow is what we're using in the middle. Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Peaceful Pine, Pumpkin Pie, Secret Sea, and our Soft Sea Foam. So that's everything that is in this pack. All right, beautiful. This is such beautiful. I love it. Then we have the 2006-2008 in colors Pearlized specialty paper. And as you can see, it has the Barely Blush, the Crisp Cantaloupe, the Golden Glow, the Hydrangea Hue, and the Peaceful Pine. So let me see if I can get this open so I can share that with you today. And I just wanted to use it because I hadn't used anything yet. And there's one, I think there's one color of each. Maybe there's 2. I think there's only 1 of each. They're really, really, really beautiful colors. So that's what we are using today. And I love this color. I think it's absolutely beautiful. If you add a little bit of this and the pecan pie, whew, I just now saw that. It's just absolutely beautiful. And you know, I really think that this would be a great shaker card. So anybody who does a shaker card, please let me know. We are using the Fern and Floral bundle. So we're using the stamps. So on the inside, I use this stamp set. And I also use the words Thankful for You, because I think that could be a birthday card or anything you need. Then I use this great big fern. I also use the 2006-2008 in color dots. So those are just on the side, and they are the Peaceful Pine. So I tried to keep them all together and fabulous and all that good stuff. So we're going to start off with, I did not do a very good job on keeping this in the middle. Oh my goodness. And it seems like I have a little bit of the edge at the top. So let me see if I bring in my trimmer, if I have a little bit of room to cut some of that off. Okay, so now it's a little bit more even and something that I like. Then we have the inside of our card, which is Whisper White. We have the Moonlit, DSP. We have our Pearlized, Golden Glow. Just a minute. We have our, this is Old Olive. And then we have our stripes. We have 4 of these that you will cut. Again, all the dimensions are in my blog, so please head to the blog and you can find out everything you need. So we're just going to start by bringing in our little silicone pad. We are going to add this to the inside. I like to add it in the inside, so we are ready to put everything together. I think I like this side better. All right. So we have this ready to go. So now we are going to take our piece of designer series paper. And I like the designer series paper because there's a whole bunch of different, there's lots of stuff going on. So we might as well use that for our paper that we need. I'm just going to put this down the outside of our shiny little paper. And all we're going to do is I'm going to put this just a little bit up high. I want to make sure that it's right about in the middle. All right. So this is where all the beauty starts. So we have our center ready. You can also just add a sentiment in the middle. You can add lots of things towards the side, and I'll show you how we do something in the next card. So we're just going to put tape on this. Again, you want to be able to start at one corner, and then we just rub this up against the side. And I know that I had some glue on the side. We're just going to leave it and turn our card. Get ready for this. This one's going to be just a little bit longer. And we're just going to run that off the side. Now, these I cut just a little bit shorter because I just had some ends that I wanted to use. You could make them 5.5. You can, I think these are about 4.5. It's up to you. And I, again, am not a very good taper. My straight lines, I don't ever get straight lines very well. So here we go. And again, we have one more that we are going to do. And again, we're just, oops, I don't know. This one is a little bit, I got a little bit of a hole here. I'll have my fern, can you see that? I'll have my fern cover that up. So then we're just going to put this right up against the side. Slide it right up against the side here. There we go. All right, so this is our fractured part, and it's faux because we don't have to worry about our missing pieces. And we don't have to put this on first and then try to figure out what pieces you need to have on the inside. So then we're just going to cut off all these strips. And I don't have any use for these, so I will just let these go. So here's our faux part. And then we're going to adhere this to the front of the card. And so now you can see that there looks like the ends are just running right into the card, so they match. And it's just really nice. It looks like it is clean, it's simple, and this is such an easy thing to do. And I love the way that it turns out. So now the next thing we're going to do is that we're just going to start with a little bit of glue, and I'm using the liquid glue, and all I'm doing is dot, dot, dot is a lot. I'm just dotting everything. When I get up closer to the little ones, you barely have to dot anything, and I've just got 1 to 2 dots on some of these. And again, if it turns clear when you use this, it's gonna stick anyway. Sometimes you like it to turn a little bit white. All right, so this is what this looks like on the back. There's not a lot of glue to it. And then we're just going to take that off, and we're just going to put this down and this right in the center so it can bend just a little bit. So there you go. That looks nice even by itself, just right here. So now we're going to grab, and I'm going to use the bigger ones just so they stay even and I don't lose a lot of the small ones. And I'm talking about the dots. And we are just going to put 2 on the sides. I'm going to put one right here because I think that I don't like the way that it was opened over there. So this is just a little bit different. This kind of covers up this hole that I have over here. And I'm just going to go in. I have some loose glue. So there we go. That's our first card. I love the way that it looks. I really do. I think it's such a great card. I think about this for Christmas. I think about making a shaker card with it. I think the shaker card would be brilliant during Christmas. And the lines around the outside as you can shake that up and down, and Stampin' Up has a great Christmas card right now, and all the things you need to make that card. So, you know, there you go. You already have it all. I love it. All right, so that's our first card. This is our Fern card. I like the way that it turned out. All right, so we're putting that off to the side, and we're bringing in our next card. Before I do that on the inside, I used the Timid Tiger, the Blueberry Bushel, and the Crushed Curry as ink pad. I used the Coastal, the Scenic Coastal 6x6 specialty paper. Oh my God, if you guys have not used any of this, oh, you're missing out. Beautiful sunsets with a little bit of the, what's it called? Holograph. Then just straight, kind of like sea pictures on the back, or at least sea colors, sky colors. Look at that, they're just beautiful. I just keep using this and I absolutely love it. So we have that. We are using our Simply Shapes today, and you can see that I have 2 of the squares gone So coming from the outside, I use square number 3 and 4, and I'll show you that in just a minute. I also used the ship in the picture, and I used the sunset, the sea area, and then wherever this note finds you. I thought it was just fabulous. Love it. So this is what my card looks like. And I haven't showed you one part. So I cut this out of the middle. And let me see if I can get everything out for you. But before we do that, let me tell you about, this is Vellum. This is Shimmer Vellum. And the colors are Balmy Blue, Barely Blush, and Iridescent. So I use the iridescent color. So you have this beautiful color. And then they're the same color. Sorry about that. And then we have the blue and the pink. And there's 2 sheets of each in it. So I use the iridescent color. I just think this is beautiful. And it just shines like crazy. And you can still see through this to see the sky and also the sea. So to start off everything, oh, and let me show you the inside. I have the sailboat down below because I thought white just fit right in. And then I just add a little bit of everything. This is stamped off. Then we have our sunset, and then we have our Timid Tiger. All these match the colors that we are using today. So with this, I did a lot of different lengths. This is going to be something that I'll start off with a little bit. We have just right here, here's our ship. And so as I take this ship off, all I did was I cut the bottom, took that off, and then I just cut up at an angle for the ship. Then everything came out like it was supposed to. And here's our ship that we will use. And I put little dimensionals on it. This is our vellum, and this is the largest square. And that's what I cut out the 2x2 square with. So we got that. And then you have, this is what our cardstock looks like. And then I ran this through a Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Okay. And cut this out. And so I have this hole in the back of here. And that's what we're going to put this over, the vellum. So we're going to put it all together so you guys can just see what it's going to look like. And I have scissors for all of this. So you have that. I love this. I just think it's so much fun. All right, so we have our insert to put in. And then we're going to put together our card. I love this. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is bring in our vellum. And all I'm doing is putting tape along the outside of this. And I am going to use a diamond on this, diamond shape. When you do that, you want to try to get this as even as possible on the top and on the bottom. So you're going to move this up just to make sure that the holes are about the same on the top and on the bottom. So this is what it looks like on the top of the card. This is what it looks like on the opposite card. So we have that. Now we're going to cover up these holes with the strips. So I'm just going to start with one right here at the top. I'm just going to use my small. And here we go with this. So I want this to be even and tuck it right up against the side. Then we're going to turn the card. We'll use our long. Let me see, I think I have to make this just a little bit longer. Okay, and we're out. I'm going to bring in just other tape. So we're going to stick that all the way up flush with the top and go all the way out the bottom. Now it looks like I just got to add some tape at the bottom. There we go. I turn my card. You don't have to turn, but I turn my card. I think I'm going to go with the large because I'm going to do this with, oh, I got an extra one. There we go. So I'm going to push that right up against the side and cut. I want to see if I have enough to just use this one piece. Yep. And I can use that where it's, again, flush up against the side, and we're going right out the top. And now we turn over because we get a better view on how to cut these even. With designer series paper. So there we go. That's what this looks like. Isn't it beautiful? Even this is nice. So we're just going to take this and we're going to just add some tape on this. And then we're going to adhere it to the card base. There we go. I'm going to try to get this as even as possible. So then I am taking my cutout of my sun and I am just adding it to the box. There we go. I'm off to the side. I am taking off all the little dimensional top. And then I'm going to stick that in the middle as best as I can. And look at that. So you have this fun little area with the different colors of blue and a little bit of the, shine that goes to your cardstock. You have the orange around the outside. I just think it looks absolutely beautiful. Now, I thought about decorating this even more, but the more that I looked at it, the more that I went, really? I don't think I need to add much more because it has a lot right now. So I just thought adding the sailboat at the bottom was the best that I could do. And let me see if I can, here I am. So I want to turn this over, and I'm just going to use some of these mini glue dots, or small glue dots. I think they're mini. And I don't want them to hang out the side because I want them to be able to not show. So sometimes you may have to cut some of these off. There we go. And then I have some little on the bottom that I'm going to keep cutting. And I'm just going to add this as a long piece down at the bottom. And again, I look at it to make sure that nothing is showing. And then I'm taking all of these off, and I am just going to place this to the bottom. And that's my card. I think that it just looks beautiful. You could add more to it. I just didn't think that I really wanted it. So these are my 2 cards today. Well, this is the 2 that I created with. And I have to tell you, I cased and I slightly edited this card, but this card came from Karen Titus. So I did not bring that up at all. Karen Titus did that, and I give her lots and lots of credit because it is a great card. Thank you, Karen, for letting me case you, and this was a beautiful card. I just couldn't let it go. So there's my cards. So the 2 cards I created today look like this. So guys, if you have any questions, please let me know and I will help you out. If you want me to do something special for you, like a technique, a design, something else, please just let me know. I am here to help you do whatever you can. And we got some stuff that's coming up next week, and I don't know exactly if I'm going to get to it or not, but I'm excited about the hot foil machine and being able to design with that. So I'm hoping that I can find some designs that we can use it. And I love spending time with you. I really do. So without further ado, again, my name is Kevon. My stamp website is www.ktstamps.com. My motto is creating cards for you. So have a great day. Again, give me a like. Tell me how much you just love what I do, all right, and how hard I work. So take care, my friends. Have a great weekend. Have a great hump day. Bye-bye.